up, y'all? What is up? How is everybody doing today, man? You already should know how it go. It's your boy B back with another video. Listen, guys, today is Friday. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope you guys made the most out of your week. I'm not gonna lie, it has been interesting for me. You know, I think that it's really important for us to embrace the struggles that we do end up having to endure. Because not only do they hurt us and teach us lessons, but they also could be used to teach us how to always be able to adapt and grow. In this video, what I'm going to be talking about, well, in this live, is number one, I know this is a sporadic live. Usually on Fridays, I'm going live at 11 a.m. But we're going to be talking about phone flipping updates. So we're going to go over some pricing, go over some phones that you want to flip going into the weekend and into next week. What am I seeing sell? What am I seeing people actually getting a lot of money for as far as devices? I will be letting you guys know all of that. Now, when it comes to what we're going to be talking about other than phone flipping, there is a Discord update that we have here. Okay, so believe it or not, guys, I have been very sick and tired of my Discord. I've been very sick and tired of it. And the reason I've been very sick and tired of my Discord is because there's an interesting I think atmosphere about Discord in general. I think Discord is cool, but I also can tell that Discord is a platform where people just join just to say they're a part of something, and I don't like that. I want it to be way more active. So what I liked to start with is just trying to get people to understand how we are going to be moving forward when it comes to Discord, when it comes to the private community. It's a lot. We're going to be talking about Discord updates, private community, and we should be good. We're also going to be doing a Q&A at the end of this as well. So we're going to get that done. And yeah, and we're going to talk about a little product reselling, of course. All right, so that's going to be on our itinerary for today, and that's what we're going to go over. So first, I would like for us to, how about this? Let's just actually start by hopping into our price list, okay? Because the price list is important. So if you don't know, we do have this phone flipping buyer's price list. It is located right here on hustlertalkme.com. It's right here, buyer price list. Now, if you guys see, usually you would see buyer's price list just on the menu, but it's under buyer's prices because we're going to be including a few more price lists throughout the month, for like products and things of that nature as well for you guys. So I have a bunch of things cooking for you. Now with this price list, guys, you'll get the access to market value for devices. And again, I've went over the price list a billion times in a billion videos, but it has 50 buyers. The buyers rotate, so there's not the same buyers just dealing with the price list 24/7. So if I was to explain it, it alternates, right? Sometimes I have buyers that say, hey, B, I don't want to be a part of the price list this month. I'm low on cash. So then I'll just get another buyer, right? And they will join the group chat. We have a group chat in WhatsApp. We have a group chat via Google. So we do Google meetings. We do, we of course talk through email. And what you're going to be doing is once you hit download price list, you're literally going to come to this. The information tab is going to tell you exactly what email to send whatever phones you're trying to sell us. It also comes with my contact, so you can get in contact with me. But I want to make a public service announcement. When it comes to the price list, just because you have my number does not necessarily mean that when you are looking to sell phones that you're asking me, hey, what phone should I buy? Hey, is this a good phone? That's not what this price list is for. If you want my full involvement in your phone flipping endeavors, make sure you guys join the community so I can help you more, because you got to realize you're paying a price that is being distributed to buyers, But that right here, this buyer's price list is used for you to be able to access the price list to sell phones to buyers. It's not necessarily for me to be involved in your phone flipping, because I literally have an obligation to take my time out to help others, and I cannot spread myself out too thin. Okay, so I got to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can, and if I can help, absolutely. But again, to get priority, make sure you guys join the community, which we'll talk about today as well, because I'm very excited about where the community is going. I've taken my time to actually sit here and build this. As you guys know, we've been talking about a community for a while, but trust me, in this video, you'll see a bunch of updates that you guys could actually benefit from. Now, when it comes to phone flipping, and when it comes to looking at pricing is not too different, okay? But the phones that you want to buy are. All right. Now, when it comes to this whole phone flipping aspect, I want to make it very clear with the price list. You're able to access new phones, used phones, Samsungs, iCloud Lock, blacklisted, iPads, Apple accessories, Apple Watches, and MacBooks. Yes. But I want to really talk about real quick the new phones and lock phones. What are the differences? So I see it's a knowledge gap with a lot of my students. Plus, I'm sure there's a bunch of other people out there that have this question, which is, why would I buy a used phone, or why would I even buy a new phone? And here's the difference. A new phone is going to be a device that you buy, and it's usually going to be a phone that has a box, and you're going to buy this because it's going to make you more money when it comes to you selling to a buyer. Now, here's the issue. It's also going to cost you more money. So what I like to tell people is, if you're somebody out there that is looking to just start phone flipping, you never really want to start by buying new. You want to start by buying used, and you want to use your capital, which is your money, your change fund, to actually buy phones that are, I wouldn't say damaged, but they just used. They're heavily used, right? Now, a lot of people, they come to me and they'll say this as well, okay? And this is a really good point, because I actually had a student bring this up to me, right? He said, hey, whenever I look for phones, so if I type in iPhones, when I type it in, it's a whole bunch of stores that just cloud up my whole dashboard. And it's a lot of competition because I can't compete with these stores. So when he said that, in my opinion, I felt like it was an excuse. But I stepped out of myself, looked at it from his lens, and I was like, well, if you are just seeing wireless stores in your area, there is a simple trick to actually pulling up phones in your area that regular people are selling. Now, I digress, because I want to actually explain what I mean by he was just seeing phone stores. So the economy that we're in right now, there's a hard truth that a lot of phone store owners have to learn and realize, is that phone stores are not needed anymore. Repair shops are not needed anymore. So this leads to a lot of phone stores and phone locations having to struggle for business, which in return can become very difficult, because no matter if you're struggling or not, you still got to pay rent. You still got to pay for the bills. You still got to pay your employees. So what's happening is, they are, instead of relying on just walk-in traffic, which comes very, very slow and isn't consistent at all, what happens is they'll start listing on OfferUp. They'll start listing their phones that they have. Or if they're trying to buy phones, they'll start actually listing the phones that they are trying to buy, or they have a little "we buy phone" sign. But no, basically what I'm saying is, at this point, you're not just competing with other people looking to just buy phones. At some points in some areas, you'll be competing with stores, people that have a little bit more capital than you, and people that are doing this for a living just as much as you are wishing or looking, or maybe you are doing this for a living. Now, how do you beat these individuals? How do you beat the wireless store? Now, it's easy, because see, a wireless store has one disadvantage, and the one disadvantage that they have isn't money, it's not knowledge, they probably got all of that over us, right? So they might have, and when I say us, I'm looking at it in the film or in the viewpoint of a regular reseller, okay? Now, me personally, I have a profile that is a phone store, so I can tell you what I'm about to tell you is 100% facts. Like the profile we're on right now is literally a store, okay? But here's the thing, right? When you are a store and you're on OfferUp, or even if you are on Facebook, people always look at you as if you're trying to get over. Why? Because as a phone store, you are looked at as somebody that's looking to make more money from something you're buying. So the person selling is a little wary. They don't trust it as much. And that all honestly makes sense, right? Like, let's be real. That makes sense because you're thinking that I'm trying to jip you so I can make more money on the side. And they don't have as much trust as you would as a regular person. So you want to utilize that to your advantage. So if you are somebody out there that is trying to use OfferUp, but all you're seeing is phone stores, this is how you get rid of the phone stores. All you do, you type in iPhone, okay, and then type in cracked. Okay, when you type in iPhone cracked, you're going to see a bunch of regular phones. You're going to see a bunch of phone posts. You're going to see a bunch of different phones, but these are going to be phones that phone stores are not attacking. These are going to be phones that actually you have the discretion to start or just negotiating with. Like, this is a shortcut to being able to get phones, because no phone store technically is looking to buy a phone that's cracked or buy a phone with any defects. They just want to buy the phones to resell, or they're just looking to sell a phone in general. They're not looking for any project. Now, I'm not saying we're looking for any project, but one thing that I realized is those search terms such as iPhone cracked does work, okay? So try that out. Let me know in the comments how that works for you, okay? Now, I want to go over the phone flipping buyer's price list. So what I would recommend you guys buying is definitely going to be the iPhone 15 right now, because the iPhone 15 is selling pretty well. Now, I've talked about this in a previous video, but the iPhone 15 is not expensive. Let me explain something to you guys right now, okay? Because again, and I'm going to keep bringing up my students, because everybody that has decided to become a part of my community, I appreciate you, and I take all of our conversations 100% serious, and it means a lot. I remember every individual and every problem. But I do bring my students' problems to this platform, because I know just because they're students and we spend some time together on the phone and on Google Meets, I know a little bit about them, but I also listen to their objections. I listen to their problems, and also I gain intel on the solution. So this student was saying to me, well, Brandon, why would I buy any type of phone that is new when he said, why would I buy a used phone when it can be reported lost or stolen? Or how can I guarantee that this phone won't be reported as lost or stolen? I think that's what he said. And that was a good point, because see, a lot of people are looking to find that type of security. How do I find a phone that is not going to be flagged? My answer directly through text, I believe at this time, was there's no way you can find a phone that is guaranteed to not be blacklisted. So that's a risk you take as a phone flipper. You take that risk, because if I'm going to paint a scenario for you guys, you'll probably understand a little better. If I'm Joe and I want to sell you my phone, okay? I want to sell you my phone, great. But this phone is on my account, but I'm going to sell it to you. Okay, so I sell it to you. There's no telling if I'm going to go back to T-Mobile and say, hey, my phone was stolen, and get a replacement. Now, is it possible? Yes. Now, what happens when this transpires? So when somebody goes and says, hey, my phone is stolen, usually what happens is they blacklist the current device. So the device that you just brought from them, they'll blacklist, which means it can't be used on that carrier. And if it's locked, then obviously that phone is no good anymore. And that would essentially mean that you wasted your bread. Now, there's ways around this, and there's also buyers that still do buy phones like this, okay? But what I would say, the reason you can't prevent this is because you sort of kind of have to trust that that individual isn't going to be on any like scamming weird stuff, right? Now, in my experience, this happened to me 2 times, but not a lot, right? I flipped thousands of phones, haven't really had this issue, but when I have, it was usually something like this, okay? These are the warning signs. Person walked in my store. Once the person walked in my store, it was actually 2 people. They walked in my store together. They both had an iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I remember like yesterday because when they walked in, they were like, yeah, we want to sell this. And I gave them a price, and they didn't argue it. So that's one, right? When you don't argue that price, when you go and try to buy a phone from somebody and they don't have any objection to the price, I want you to use that as red flag number 1. Okay? You want somebody that does value the device. Because if they value the device, then that would technically mean that there's something there to value. But if they don't value the device and they're just ready to sell it to you, usually it's a problem with the phone. Okay? That's like rule number 1, okay? But then number 2, what he did was I started asking discovery questions. And I teach you about this in my community as well. But these discovery questions are questions that help you gain intel on the person you're buying from. Now, you want to learn if this person is a wholesale seller, which means they sell phones on a consistent basis. You want to learn if this person is somebody that you can trust. You want to learn if this is somebody that's about to pull something out and try to rob you. So I asked these discovery questions, and he ends up telling me, hey, yeah, these are our personal phones. We ordered some other phones waiting for them to come in, but we're trying to sell these because we need money for bills. That's exactly what this person told me. So not only were they just selling me these phones and for a good price, but they had their personal information on it. They had to wipe it once they came to an agreement with me. So they wiped it. They gave me the phones. They walked out with no working phones. My dumb behind didn't realize that that doesn't make sense, because why would you sell me your personal phone without having any backup? So later that night, they must have called, reported a loss of stolen, and blacklisted the phone. Now, what did I do? Oh, that's why I have this thing right here. And that's why it's not free, because this comes with advantages. Because I was able to actually use one of these buyers to actually buy the phone blacklisted, straight up, because they do buy iCloud lock and blacklisted devices. Now, I would like to really, really quickly talk to you guys about something real quick. And why am I talking about the iPhone 15 as one of the good phones to buy? So first, I want to do this. I want to go and I want to show you guys something about the price, right? So if you guys look at the price list, when you get the price list, you'll see some high prices, some low prices, some prices where you like, yo, why is that price so low? That phone is worth more. Well, see, this price list goes off of market value. It doesn't go off of the value that you feel. This does not go off of how much you like a device or how ignorant you are towards a device or towards a certain company. Because see, an iPhone 15 is dirt cheap because the iPhone 16 does a lot more than the iPhone 15 internally, and also nobody really is buying the iPhone 15 overseas, which makes the price lower. Now, if it was at a high demand, they would make the price higher because the buyer, not even me, I'm talking about the buyer is already making their bread. See, the buyers aren't greedy. And that's one thing I love about phone flipping, is that when you really find a real buyer, you'll realize that they're not greedy. They're looking to make $10 to $20 per phone. But remember, they're getting thousands of phones daily, okay? At least the buyers I'm dealing with are. All right, now, then they're going overseas and then they're selling them. So it's a win for them. But when it comes to a price like $230 for a sealed, non-activated iPhone 15, that's market value, but that does not necessarily mean that's consumer value. there's two different type of values. You have market value, you have consumer value. Consumer value is going to be based on what a consumer deems a device to be worth. A wholesale value or market value is going to be the sum of a valuation from a bunch of buyers, basically. So 50 buyers basically send us their price. We average out their price and use that as market value. Now, how does this work? So, the way this works is this. If you have an iPhone 15, let's say that you bought one, right? The reason why I love this market value aspect is because when you go out here and you start looking for phones, let's say you look for an iPhone 15. Right? Cool. You see one at $360. Why? So, you see this person, he came down from $386 to now $360. Hold on, watch this. $400. Okay? $400. $624. $600. $400. Oh, this is a perfect example right here. So, what's the difference between this one and this one? Let's see. All right. So we got an iPhone 15, $650, but he don't say if it's locked or not. It's new. Okay. Then we got an iPhone 15 still like new. 60 reviews. Obviously, it's a legitimate seller. Right? You can tell this is in okay condition. Really, it's grade B. Grade B condition. So, why would this one be at $650? Why? He doesn't show me the box. He doesn't show me anything. It's because people don't know market value. Matter of fact, let me not say that. Consumers don't know market value. Consumers only know what value they put on something. Now, if I was to buy this, I could easily just buy an iPhone 16 instead of buying this phone. That's what kind of doesn't make sense by Bobby. Okay? Because then Bobby is listing an iPhone 15 still like new for $400. So I don't think Bobby is really looking to sell this. I think that this right here is a decoy. And see, you have to be seasoned, but you'll start realizing when people are listing multiple phones and then one phone is way higher than the other, but they're the same model, it's because they're trying to put an impression on you that, hey, I'm giving you a deal with this one. Because they're both like new. I don't believe this is new. Okay? Because if it was new, it would have the white covering on it, it would have a box, things of that nature. So I do think that this is not a phone he actually has, because look at this. This is pink, and look at this. And this is pink. He's trying to sell the same phone, but he's trying to see who's going to bite first. Now, guys, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I didn't just find or figure this out just by guessing. It's because I'm very seasoned in this. I have mastered the art of negotiation, especially on OfferUp, because I've lost so many times and I've won many and plenty of times. So I know when somebody's trying to finesse, and this is a finesse. All right. So you want to watch out for something like this. You want to just go ahead and know what the market value is, because if you didn't know what the market value was, you probably would go ahead and think, okay, $650, let me try to argue him down to like $500, which if you did, you feel like you went in. When in reality, he is, because he already knows that the market value is less than $400. He's probably looking to get like $325, $350. Okay? And that's what the buyer's price list helps you do. It helps you understand what to leave alone and what to actually go after. Now, let's explain this. $230 does not mean that's what the buyer is going to pay you. It goes by market value, which means that, okay, this is how much it's worth in the market. You go ahead and buy this phone for a good price. You send us the IMEI, their condition, and then in return, the buyer will now start to bid with other buyers. So we'll say, all right, we got an iPhone 15, 128 new. The IMEI is blah blah blah. It's pink, and they'll start bidding. So one person might say, "Yeah, I'd do it for 230." Another person be like, "I'd do it for 240." Another person, "I'd do it for 300 because I got somebody already that's in the works to buy one and finance through me." Like, that's the type of power the price list has if you use it correctly. Now, let's just say you're somebody that's like, "Yo, B, I get it, but like I want to sell a little higher." Great. The beautiful thing about the price list is it lets you know market value so you don't overpay for phones. But in reality, you also could just say, okay, I got this for like, let's say I'm going to get it for $250. Instead of going all the way down, I get it for $250. That's $20 above market value that I brought it for. And now I'm going to sell it for $50 more on OfferUp. You can do that. Utilize the price list to help you win. That's how you do it, guys, okay? And I wanted to go over that because a lot of people don't really think about it like that, but it should be thought that way, okay? So you want to buy a new iPhone 15 if possible. You want to buy the new iPhone 15 Pro Max. You want to buy the iPhone 16 if you can get it for a good price. The market value for iPhone 16 is going to be $370. So I probably will only pay $300 if I feel like I'm gonna get more phones out of this person. I'll pay $350. Okay, that's how it works. All right. So that's how the price list works. I don't want to stick and harp on the price list too much throughout this live video, so I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna move on to the next thing. All right. So the next thing is going to be us going through the Discord. Okay. Now, us going through this Discord, I want to make this very clear. I am very happy and excited about this, and I look forward to being able to work with you guys on the Discord. Understand that the Discord is still being built in certain aspects, but we have a lot already done, okay? So, you literally can go ahead and join the Discord for free. You can get free resources that will be updated monthly, okay? So we have video tutorials, so a bunch of videos that I recommend you to watch that month, okay? Then we have the checklist where I'm actually giving you guys free guides that we have, okay? So you can get free guides. I'm also letting you know tools that I utilize to flip phones, okay? Then I give you tips. And then I also let you know how to get started reselling or phone flipping, okay? So that is that. Then we have the community lounge where you can actually talk to me. And a lot of people, they talk to me via DM way more than they do on the community lounge, which I want to change. I think that it's important. Next, if you have a quick question and you want me to answer that question and maybe you're not getting through to me on in DM, which DM on Hustler taught me DM is the best place to get me. Educated__hustler. You really may not get me on that one, but quick questions, you can always drop questions that you have. Then we have phone flipping basics, phone flipping Q&A. We got the phone flipping inspection, phone sourcing. So I show you how to source phones, flipping wins, flip today. All right, and then we have some product reselling. So product reselling basics. This is going to walk you through like the basics of reselling. Then we have where you can source products. So I will give you guys tips on how to source products. We then have this listing tip page where we'll be putting templates. Okay, so copy and paste templates for you to be able to just list certain products. And then again, you can ask questions right there. Okay, and then we got the Hustler announcement. So the Discord is something utilized to give you guys free access to a bunch of stuff so you can get started instead of having to wait and feel like you're so restricted based upon what amount of money you have and what you want to invest. We're not doing that, okay? We're just keeping everything to where if you guys want to join that Discord, the link is below, and you get free things that help you actually maximize your income. Remember, my main goal is for you guys to profit. My main goal isn't to take the money. My main goal is to help you make the money. And the reason why I want to help you make the money, because you help yourself make the bread. I help you make the bread. We work together. You make the money. You ain't never going to forget me. I understand the beauty and also the convenience in helping others make bread, because once you help somebody grow, they in return will help you when you fall on your behind. And that is important to me. I understand networking. I understand understanding that I'm not better than anyone. I get that. And I'm so happy for the connections I have been able to make. So yeah. And lastly, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about the community. All right. Now, if you want to join the community, you can go to hustlertaught.me.com, go to Hustler Community. All right. This breaks down everything that the community has for the most part, but we have actually put in some new things. Now, the new stuff that we have put into it is actually going to help everybody that's out there looking for eBay automation, everybody out there looking to try and build their businesses when it comes to not having to hold products. I'm sure you guys heard of Amazon FBA, right? Amazon FBA is something that I've done when I was 20 years old, and it was one of the worst experiences ever. Not because Amazon, but because of the workers. I would send product to a warehouse in Las Vegas, I believe, and the product would get damaged. They would ship late. Again, not because of Amazon, but instead because of the employees, in my opinion. I stopped Amazon FBA. I didn't see it being scalable. All right. Now, Amazon FBA, if you don't know, basically is where you send them your products and then they basically fulfill your orders for you. It's really cool. Great idea, but we ended up changing it a bit. So we're going to go and talk a little bit about that. All right. So number one, when I started this and I built this community, it was because, of course, I wanted to grow. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be able to also, like, I'll be 100% honest with you guys. It's helping people grow, but you guys helping me grow as well, because now I get interesting perspectives from others on phone flipping or on reselling. I can understand where John is coming from, because he is somebody that works a 9-to-5 and he phone flips, but he made a bad deal because he didn't know how to juggle checking IMEIs versus going and making sure he's safe in public. So he would panic every time he went to go meet with somebody and buy phones that were not profitable or locked or something that had defects on it, but he wouldn't be able to actually pay attention to see it because he was so scared and worried about making it home. So what did I do? What I did was I told him, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a checklist. We're going to actually do this, 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 and this. You're going to pull this checklist out on your phone. Make sure you're checking everything before you give over the phone, or before you, before you go ahead and give over the money and take in the phone. So what I did was we started 3 tiers. Now, one of these tiers is going to take a lot for me to explain. I got to do a whole separate video because this is a newer type of community that is going to make a bunch of people money. And actually, it's not going to make me much. But what I get out of this is volume. I get to actually show, again, that we have major products leaving the warehouse in quantity, and that's where I win. And that's going to be the Hustler Supply and Fulfillment program, okay? Now, we're going to start with the Hustler Starter membership. So the Hustler Starter membership is going to be where you get this replay vote access. So number one, I want to talk about vote access. So what I started was, I know I have my website, hustlertaughtme.com, where I got all of this stuff, right? All this digital product stuff, right? Like courses and guides. So what we did was we said, all right, bet. We're going to actually put these guides into the, hold on. We're going to put the guides into a vote. Now, I'm going to show you what the vote looks like in a second, okay? But the vote, I want you guys to, I'm actually access it right now for you guys. I want to show you guys. What it is you get a bunch of guides. You get replays every week. You get all of these things so that you can actually, study. Let's say you're a worker. Let's say you work a lot, and maybe you're not able to access certain things, right? Maybe you can't access the class because you are doing something, right? That's where we wanted to make sure we had a solution for you. So let's see a solution. Let me pull it up. Now, this vault is where I can actually, well, it automatically does this, but it's going to actually show you different things that we have available. Okay, so this is what we'll do. I'll show you guys part of it. Okay, I'll show you guys part of them. So you have the product beginner sales guide. You got the phone flipping guide, eBay strategy guide, unbanning guide. You got the perfect products to scale. You have the product list guide. You have the art of negotiation. Okay, and then you have the training replay vote. I don't want to click on these because it's showing videos with people on it and stuff. But you got the phone flipping walkthrough. So these are classes that I have had. And you get to actually see all of the classes and actually see that the questions people were asking, the hard points or the problems, the objections they had to things that I said, how I overrode objections, how I helped them problem solve. Then you get the Q&As. How to market. Everything here is basically a class or a meeting with me and somebody or me and people that you can actually start to skim through to see how that can effectively help you. The reason we did this was because we understood if you're joining some type of community, it's not about the PDFs. It's not about the JPEGs. It's not about the guides. It's not about the checklist, right? It's more so like, yo, bro, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to actually learn, but listen, if I'm paying you to be in a community, maybe I might not have enough time to sit there and watch YouTube all day. So why do you think I'll be having enough time to join your class at 7 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday, right? So what we did was we put this replay aspect in so you guys could be able to still get the value and grow. So we have two type of vaults, okay? You have a reseller's tool vault. This is where the guides are. And then you have the training replay vote where you have a bunch of replays that you're able to access 24/7. All right. So that is one of the new benefits. Okay. And again, it's something that we know people are going to be able to benefit off of. So with the Hustler Starters membership, you have to just pay $27 a month. All right. If you guys remember, I have communities where it's $27, $39, $47, 50 something, 97, 105 every single week. This is a month. Okay. So $27 a month. You get the replay vote access. You get starters tool vote access with templates. So I didn't even mention that. You also get templates. So what we're doing now is we're giving away in these communities listing templates. What do I mean by that? So you see these, right? The clones, right? The Gen 2 clones. We have a template that our automation, our eBay automation assistants use to scale, sell, and profit off of these products. We put them right in the community. So all you got to do is copy it and do it yourself. All right. So you get those in the tool vault. Okay. Now you get community access. So you get to actually chat with people, chat with me, and regular chat stuff. Okay. That ain't that complicated. You get the sourcing help desk. Okay. Which means if you're somebody that's trying to source products and you need some assistance, I'm here. If you're trying to say, yo, I'm trying to get these products over AliExpress, do you think that this is going to be profitable? Hey, what products are actually selling? Mind you, you get an email every single week and on Sundays of products that I recommend you to be selling the upcoming week. Okay, that's with the starter. Okay, this is all just with the starter. All right, $27 a month. All right, and you can upgrade at any time. Now, Hustler Growth Tier. This is where you get the weekly classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, we're doing phone flipping. Thursdays, we're doing product reselling. You get the full replay vote, which means you get all replays that I have, okay? You get all of the replays. I done did replays where I done did lessons of me banning people. I've done lessons of me helping people scale their eBays, helping people actually scale Macari, helping people on OfferUp when it comes to phone flipping. What else? Questions, Q&As, a bunch of things. And a really good replay I have on here too is me helping people actually scale their own products. So that was really cool. So this, when I actually went to go and audit this to make sure this was ready to roll out, I was able to go through the full replay vault and actually see like, wow, I've had meetings with people where I'm actually teaching them how to sell their own products like bidets and a whole bunch of different things and list them on eBay. You get the full resellers toolkit. So you're not only just getting the listing templates, you're getting sourcing guides and price lists. So this one, the Hustler Growth tier, is where you get the buyers, phone flip, and price lists, but you also get to communicate with the buyers as well. All right, and then you get the sourcing help desk. And last but not least, this is the one that a lot of people sleep on because a lot of people don't do this in their everyday life regardless, so they don't understand how important this is. You get the weekly goal setting plus progression tracking in the week calls. So this is going to be a call every Sunday, and this is basically going to be where we're assessing your week, we're setting goals, and we're becoming more goal-oriented. All right, so we have the Hustler Starter membership, and then we got the Hustler Growth tier. These two memberships are memberships that you use to actually help enhance your phone flipping and your reselling journeys, okay? We are dedicated to helping you guys grow. But this is where I'm taking things to the next level. Okay, now I got to go full screen for this because this is scary for me. Because you guys know I have eBay automation, and this does not replace eBay automation. And again, I'm going to break this down more in a video rather than talk about this right now because I don't want people to get confused. But you can now pay $300 a month and have somebody list products for you, have us ship the products for you, and also we are going to be your one-on-one, I wouldn't say assistance, but guide points. So this is not eBay automation. eBay automation is where we list, ship, and provide the products for you. This right here is where you pay $300 a month. Remember, eBay automation is $300 a week. This is $300 a month. And you get us to actually provide up to $225 worth of products for you a month. We provide, just like eBay automation, those products for you. But if you sell more, of course, you have to actually buy from the website. We store your inventory in our warehouse and we ship it for you on demand. Okay? So it's just like Amazon FBA, but the only difference is that you're actually going to be able to say, hey, I want to buy 50 MagSafe chargers. You buy the 50 MagSafe chargers, you don't get them shipped to you. Instead, those MagSafe chargers sit inside the warehouse, and every time it sells on your eBay, we just ship it out. That's what this is. This is, you get every month, though, a $225 credit, right? So we list for you, and we'll give you $225 worth of products on your eBay. But once that is all used throughout that month, you are responsible for paying for whatever sells or whatever you want to sell on your eBay. But you still get the listing and shipping, and that's $300 a month. All right. Now that could be a bit confusing, but I'm gonna do a whole video about it because I don't want it to be to where people are confusing about eBay automation. eBay automation is its own separate thing, and it's more valuable because you're getting a certain amount of listings within a 7-day time frame, and you're also getting $250 worth of products listed in a week. This is $225. This community is $225 a month. So we're listing $225 worth of products a month, vice versa on eBay automation, $250 a week. That means we're listing more on eBay automation than we would be on this Hustler Supply and Fulfillment program. But the Hustler Supply and Fulfillment program is for that person that's not looking to scale fast, but actually looking to scale evenly and just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. Okay? So those are the communities. I wanted to catch you guys up with that. Definitely join the Discord. The link is below. If you guys want to join the community and you need any help, assistance, or have any questions, don't ever hesitate to call me or text me. Don't call me. Text me, because I'm probably not going to answer your phone call, be honest with you. But text me at 445-500-9600. The reason I'm not going to answer your phone call is I probably will be on the phone already. So, what else? Okay. And then next, we're going to actually answer some of the questions that were sent to me. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Because I got to pull this up. There have been questions about a bunch of different things. Where the heck is it? Let me see. Oh, there you go. Okay. Somewhere in my DM and somewhere in the emails. Okay. So we're gonna do eBay automation questions first. Okay. So eBay automation. Let me recap real quick. So what is eBay automation? eBay automation is where we list, ship, and provide products for you. Again, guys, that is hands down the best service I have when it comes to helping people make money. All right, so you would go to hustlertold.com, go to start selling, go to automation service. This is where you get your own virtual assistant, a physical assistant in my realm, right? These are physical people, not like people that are like overseas. Mind you, that's what a lot of people do. They're go on Fiverr or Fever, whatever you call it, and they'll go ahead and pay somebody overseas to do something. These are physical people that are actually in a warehouse all day listing products for you. Okay, answering the phones for you. You can get the starter hustle, which is $300, the grind mode, which is $500, and then the full flip empire, which is $850. And basically, it all depends on what you're looking to have listed, right? The more you pay, the higher ticket the products listed are. Okay, but the reason I want to answer these questions is because I've been asked a few questions that, if I'm being honest, are really good questions. Okay, how does your eBay automation service actually work from start to finish? Now, when it comes from start to finish, literally, when you get eBay automation, you're literally going to have a one-on-one call with me. You had that one-on-one call with me. I get to learn you, your goals, what you're trying to do with your eBay store. It's important to me because I have to actually micromanage your assistant. So I have to make sure that they're doing what they need to do, listing what they need to list. So if you are somebody that's like, yo, I really want to sell speakers, and that's like one of my biggest things, or hey, I sell clothes. All right, cool. So we're going to be using some products that are going to be low ticket products first. Then we'll probably go ahead and list some high ticket products last. But we would want you to sprinkle in some clothes so we can keep the store looking as if it is still relevant clothes wise. If you're somebody looking to sell speakers, we'll list more speakers. I get to learn your why. I get to learn you so that I can actually understand the direction. Next, you meet your assistant. You then start working with your assistant. Your assistant does everything for you but answer questions on your eBay. They're not allowed to act like you or impersonate you. So, that will be the only difference. But yeah, that's it. And then every week, you get to decide if you want to keep doing the service or if you want to just stop the service. And if you don't sell all of the products, because this is how it works. We'll use the $300 one for an example, right? So the $300 one, you get $250 worth of products. So you get that $250 worth of products, and then 50 of the 300 goes to your assistant to pay them for the work. But the 250 is going to go towards all of the products. Now, if all of the products don't sell throughout the week, you are then shipped the rest of the products. Okay, we ship you the rest of the products because they're yours. All right, and that's literally how it is, right? What kind of products will I be selling, and how are they sourced? So this is an interesting question because I didn't understand it. And the reason why is because you don't source the products. We source the products, and they're from our warehouse, and we'll be selling electronics. How much money do I need to get started? So to get started, it's $300. Are there any hidden fees? No. With that $300 covers the products that you are actually needing. So we paying for the products, okay? You don't pay any more money. We don't take any more money from you. How much, okay, I did that one. How much profit can I realistically expect in the first 30 days? So we range anywhere between somebody making 500 to 600 on a low scale. Sometimes people, if they don't do or answer the correct way, we've seen people hit 450. But usually when we are making the most and you're seeing all of the receipts and the testimonials, it's usually people that's with us for a few months, and they're looking anywhere between 2 to 25, some 3, some 4. I've only got like 2 people that reach 5 to 6K a month. Okay. What's included in each automation tier? I already went through that. Will I have to talk to customers or handle returns? So we handle returns. Returns happen. People try to catch you slipping, especially when you're doing high volume. You're going to see that there's a lot of customers that are always going to try to test you. So what we do is we'll handle the returns. You do have to talk to customers. We cannot act like you, because if an assistant says something wrong, I don't want them being at fault, and I also don't want somebody acting like you in general. You know what I mean? How is this different from drop shipping or hiring a virtual assistant? Beautiful question, because we have the products physically, and the products are on hand. Like, the products are our products. They're not products that we are recommending. So that makes it different, okay? Can this still work if my eBay account is new? Yes. Can it work if my account is banned or suspended? Yes. That one-on-one call that I told you guys we have right when you start eBay automation, that one-on-one call is the same call that if you are banned, I will actually go and personally help you create your own eBay account again. So it is an unbanning service as well. What else? What do I actually need to do on my end to keep things running? So here, that's the beautiful thing. When you start eBay automation, you can request a call with me, and I walk you through everything your assistant is doing, so you can do it by yourself at the end of the week. I tell people, we don't want you to keep doing eBay automation. That's not the point. The point is for you to be self-sufficient. So a lot of people, they are trying to have people rely on them. I don't want you to rely on anybody in my company. I'd rather you rely on yourself and just work with me for products. Do you offer mentorship or support if I get stuck or want to scale up? Yes, that's going to be the communities we talked about in the video. It's going to be the Hustler communities. You actually get into the Hustler community when you join eBay automation. You get into the starter. So you're still going to be somewhat in the community, so we can always work too. So as long as you keep your automation service active, you're a part of the community. So you get all of the vault access, you get all of the replay access. So you get that too. Just a heads up. So this is beautiful because you get most of all my products. All right. And that's important. And the reason is, again, one of my biggest objectives is for you to not need us. Okay. We want you to be able to grow on your own. All right. Now let me answer some questions about the Hustler community. And again, guys, the Hustler community is that community that I just showed you guys. You have the Hustler starter membership. You get the replay vote access. You get the starter tool vote. You get the community access. You get sourcing desk help. You can upgrade whenever you want. The Hustler growth tier is the weekly live trainings are included now. You get Tuesday and Thursday. You get the full replays. You get reselling tool votes. You get weekly goal setting calls at the end of the week. And of course, sourcing help. So we give you product feedback. We do audits. I can audit your eBay, your Mercari, your Amazon, whatever you want. And that's $99 a month. Now, when it comes to these questions, let's go through that. What exactly is included? We talked about that. I just gave you guys that. How does the 75% wholesale discount work, and how do I access it? So when you go to the Hustler growth tier, you get 75% off of whatever product you want. The way it works is there's an email that is sent to you saying thank you for joining, and it gives you a discount code. And that discount code takes 75% off of whatever you buy. What kind of products are in the startup product box? There's no startup product box. That is another community. We're not doing product box in this community. How do the weekly classes work? The weekly classes work every Tuesday and Thursday, at 7 p.m. Eastern. You come and learn. What will you be learning? On Tuesdays, we have phone flipping. Thursdays, we have product reselling. And the best way for me to describe what you'll learn is it depends on the week, right? We have different things. We have different things that come up throughout the week that. Okay. We have different things that come up that you may want to be updated with, or that I know you can learn from, and that's what we will, essentially put our efforts in teaching you on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Tuesdays, phone flipping. So maybe some new phone came out, or there's a new phone scam you need to be up to date on. Thursdays, usually what it is listing, shipping, and scaling and optimizing. So learning how to optimize your eBays and Mercaris to make the most money. Is this community good for complete beginners? Yes, it's good for beginners, advanced, people that hate reselling, love phone flipping. If you're just thinking about getting into it, this is the perfect place, because this is an intimate setting. This is not somewhere where you're just a statistic to me. You are a student, okay? How fast can I expect to make my first sale after joining? Immediately. I am guaranteeing that part, because the goal setting already pushes you to making your sales, and you are graded every single week. So no matter what, as a student, I give you a grade, right? Like, you're literally put on a hot seat every week, not because I'm your boss or anything, but because we're trying to get better. And 9 times out of 10, you got to get some pressure put to you for you to be able to push past all of the bad habits and the continued procrastination that you exert, which has probably led to you not being where you want. Sometimes you need that push, right? Sometimes you need that big brother to push you and get the results that you deserve by actually waking you up when you feel down. All right. Will I get personal access to Brandon or someone from your team? Yeah, I mean, personal access directly to me. I don't let anybody speak for me. How is this community different from just watching YouTube videos or buying a course? Because, see, YouTube videos are recorded and they don't speak back to you. And buying a course, so this is way different from your YouTube video and buying a course, because this is intimate. This is tailored to the individual. Sometimes I have, and I'm not going to say nobody's name, but I have student 1 and student B that have totally different opposite lives contact me, and we're looking to work and grow, right? But student A may have a family issue going on, and he needs some assistance when it comes to being motivated and getting past the depression that he might be going through. Student B may be a hard worker and may not have any time to work on his income stream and needs me to push his ass when he wants to procrastinate and wants to play around. And then you got student C that may have a regular life, but at the end of the day, just don't know how to actually get better. And see, these are all different type of experiences, needs. But the beauty of it is, like, when you are working with somebody that is also in the field you're trying to get into, they've been there or they have had some type of experience, and it helps you, because you're like, well, if you're on the phone with somebody that is doing something you're trying to do on a daily basis, and you're on the phone with that person all the time, it starts to rub off on you, right? That happened to me. Like that Sprint guy that I tell you guys all about, the Jewish Sprint store owner, changed my life. It changed the way I thought, changed the way I felt, changed the way that I approached a lot of things, because he showed me that life is way bigger than just settling for less, or it's way bigger than just being someone that exists, or being that person just having a 9 to 5, right? He showed me that. He showed me it's possible. So that's how I would answer that. Like, it's way different than a video, because the video doesn't really get personal. And the last one is, what kind of ongoing support and updates do members get each month? So you get that call with me every month. You get calls with me whenever you want. There is no restrictions. We have one-on-one meetings. We have it's like the support. The support is it. Like, that's just what it is. It's support. There's no, you never feel lonely. And if you do, then that's an issue. Because, see, when I say I got your back like a bra strap, I mean it. You feel me? And this is something that, again, I know that $99 is not cheap. $99 is $99 that somebody had to work and get and bust their ass to make sure that they was able to secure it. Therefore, I would never take advantage, never discredit, or I would never, ever devalue anyone or take their time for granted, right? Because everybody's on a time schedule. Everybody has different type of needs and also a timeline, in my opinion, right? Like, maybe you're like, yo, I need to join this course because I need to start getting my life together. Or I need to start building my extra income, or I need to get some assets. I'm not about to play around with that, right? So the ongoing support is ongoing. It's never going to stop, right? And, that's just what I enjoy to do. This is something I enjoy to do. This is not a job to me. This isn't content to me. This is actually something that I enjoy to do because I'm really, really good at it. And that's not just me saying it. It's just when you breed results and you can help others become better, it's not because of me. Like, it's not like I'm the end all be all, right? I just know for a fact that I bust my behind to make sure that people see results, because I remember when I was in that position. I remember when I couldn't figure out how I wanted to live my life. I remember when I was broke. I remember when nobody respected me. I remember when nobody respected me. I remember when I couldn't open doors that I open now. And I also remember when I felt like I didn't have a purpose. And I also remember when I felt like, oh my God, I got to go to work again. And I had butterflies in my stomach because I didn't control my destiny, because they could fire me whenever they wanted. I remember having to leave Sam's Club because I got fired, and then my life changing. Could you imagine getting fired right now? You get fired, and now your whole life is just rearranged, right? Because now you don't have that income that you had before, but again, you put it in somebody else's hands. All right. And lastly, guys, I'm gonna do this slideshow with the Hustler the Hustler Reselling Academy. I'm gonna do this real quick. So, number one, the Hustler Reselling Community is a community for resellers and phone flippers, okay? People that want to grow, people that want to build, people that actually want to profit. This is not a community for you to sit around and talk, okay? We are actually doing. That is our goal, okay? Who is this for? Phone flippers. I said phone flippers. Phone flippers, phone stores, owners, side hustlers, resellers, anyone trying to just X out the guesswork, beginners, eBay, Macari sellers, advanced sellers, wanting income streams. What you get as a member: weekly live trainings, Monday and Tuesday, access to the 50 wholesale phone flipping buyers, free monthly product credits. Now, the free monthly product credits are going to be with the growth. So that's the middle, the $99 one, okay? Phone access, of course, and then Sunday planning and weekly goal systems and private community, which is going to be that middle tier, the $99. Weekly class breakdown. We have Monday. We had the phone flipping class. Thursday. So this should be Tuesday. We switched it to Tuesday because I have I got something to do on Monday. So it's Tuesday. We do the phone flipping. Thursday, we do the product reselling. And then Sunday, we do the strategy. So Sunday is where we actually are going through what you got going on within your business, within your service, within your ecosystem. Okay. That is really important because, again, when I first had my first phone store, lie to you not, I didn't understand how important it was to actually have quotas, right? I just didn't understand how important it was, right? But it's something to know, all right, by the end of this week, I got to make sure I got 6 sales. It's something to feel that, because see, when you don't have a number, I hate when I first get on the call with a student. I be like, yo, bro, what's up, man? What's up, B? Yeah, man, I've been selling. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's get down to the nitty gritty and let's make this money. So first of all, because see, here's the thing, guys. I'm not all about being friends. I don't want to be buddy. No, not when you pay me $99. I'm not here to be a friend, because see, if I'm here to be a friend, you're not going to look at our conversations as conversations that need to be productive. You're going to look at our conversations as conversations that need to be gratifying, satisfying, that need to be distractions, right? So understand this, right? I don't drink like that. I don't smoke at all. I don't go out and party with my friends. My friend right now is in Colombia and I was supposed to be with him. I'm not there. Let me tell you why, right? Because when it comes to progression and when it comes to building and growing, there's a different type of friendship you need. You need that friend that ain't going to pick up the phone to hear you complain and talk about how you want to quit. You need that friend that ain't going to pick up the phone and tell you, oh, no, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. No, if you're going to do it, go ahead and do it. If you're going to do it, then you been would have did it. You ain't doing it, but you want me to talk you off the ledge because you scared to do it your damn self. Understand this, right? This whole community aspect, I'm going to get it built. It's going to work. It's going to grow, right? But the type of people I'm going to have in this community are going to be people that cannot be destroyed. They are going to be people that are not only headstrong, but also people that are very hard to knock off of the pedestal that they sit on, because they understand how hard it was for them to build it brick by motherfucking brick. They're going to be people that welcome critics, welcome people that don't accept their ideas. My mom, I have a mother that never understood me wanting to be an entrepreneur, but I don't give a hell, right? My mom, she worked for the government. She was somebody that believed in working, right? And loved it. Wants her pension, her retirement. But here's the beautiful thing. Brandon, you got to make sure you go to college just in case. Brandon, you got to make sure this, that, and third. But you didn't work at your job for 50 years, and now you still have a job, and you're retired. So understand this, a lot of the critics and a lot of the people that will look down on you for trying to build and grow are the same people that just look down on you because they didn't have the balls to actually take that risk that you are taking. They are the people that actually were so scared to bet on themselves that they're just like panicking because they're just looking at you and you're betting on yourself, and they're just like not understanding. Yeah, you're not going to understand me doing something that you didn't have the balls to do. You're not going to understand me actually sitting here setting goals when the only goal you had was to show up when you were told. They're not going to understand what it takes to wake up and say, shit, I have to hold myself accountable because nobody else will. Nobody else will hold me accountable. I'm the only person that's going to hold myself accountable. Me. Nobody else. Right? Nobody's going to tell me to get up and get on live. Nobody's going to tell me to go and record a video. My videos, no matter if I get 15 views, 1,000 views, 2 views, I still got to put them up. Not because the views matter, but because the execution does. Not because, I want to make sure I put something out and become a social media influencer. No, it's because I know what my brand is. I know what my value is. And most importantly, I know that execution does not come from wanting or craving or needing results. Execution comes from repetitively understanding the outcome that you are working towards. Even if you understand that outcome may not come anytime soon, you understand that one thing that cannot be denied is not work, but consistency. Consistency of doing things when they are granting some type of result. It may not be the result that you want right away. You may list a product up on eBay, and that product that you list on eBay may sell once a month, but that just means that you're not listing it correctly. It doesn't mean the product is bad. You have to understand, always trying to figure it out is the way to get to success. See, the people that don't get to success are the people that are scared to invest and the people that are scared to keep going. Keep going. No matter what. So that's what this Sunday class is. It's a strategy and accountability call. Okay? And it ain't no nice shit. It's not no, hey, this is a true example. Yo, B. Bro, like, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, I'm trying, but like my wife, she don't understand why I'm trying to buy products, man. She says it's dumb. She said, what? She said, like, I should stop spending the money on products and I should just spend it on our kids and just do this, that, and the third. What did you tell her? What you mean? Like, what did you say to her? Oh, no, I ain't say nothing because I'm like, damn. All right, bro, listen. You're going to have to make a choice. What's the choice, bro? You either going to go up and be a man and you're going to talk to your wife and let her know that at the end of the day, if this is something that I'm working on and trying to build and grow and help our future, you either going to be on board or you're going to be off board. See, the choice is, you either going to confront somebody for not respecting you doing something they ain't had the balls to do, or you going to let that person that obviously isn't doing nothing to help tell you how to stop doing something that you're trying to do to help. Because, see, if that person was smart and that person was great at giving direction, you wouldn't be looking to resell in the first place. They would have already been in a position to help you. They wouldn't be worried about money. Because, see, money ain't the problem. That's where people get mixed up. So, you go back to your wife. I'm not saying start an argument. I'm going to be honest. If it was me, I'll be working on the divorce papers. Because what it tells me is that if somebody feels that entitled to tell me that something I'm working on needs to be stopped because they don't understand it, then what are we going to grow? Because obviously I'm sick of living the life we're living. See, some people want to be together and be bums. Some people want to be together and be bums. Now, that could be financially, that could be mentally. Some people just want to live together or grow together or be together and get drunk and smoke weed and go to the corner store and stand outside and have conversations and watch YouTube or watch movies, have sex, and do all of these things and be broke. Cool. But if that ain't you, then you need to go ahead and separate. And that's a real life conversation that you got to have. Sometimes people need that person to tell them a different perspective and maybe a perspective that they've thought about but didn't want to confront in their head. All right, so choose your membership tier. You get started. That's $27 a month. The pro membership, $99. And then we have the automation, which is the Hustler Supply Fulfillment Program. This one right here is not a membership that is going to be for just phone flippers. Well, it's not going to be for phone flippers. It's literally like a automation type of thing. So we're not really worried about this one yet, unless you're looking to actually automate your eBay, but not as fast as eBay automation. But we're looking at the pro membership, which is going to be the growth tier, and we're looking at the Hustler starter membership. Okay. Now, bonuses included: free Macari guide, the phone flipping blueprint, the access to $27 mentorship. So all of these things you get basically for free, including 75% off of any products you want to buy, plus a $25 credit, which is $25 literally you'll get from me to spend on anything you want on the website every single month. So yeah, and this is how basically it's broken down. You choose your plan, you get inside the community, you start flipping, listing, and building profit, and all of that. But basically, whenever you buy anything from me, you can always expect a call, okay? I always want to know and see and get to talk to. I was going to say feel, but that would be a huge pause, okay? I don't want to feel y'all, but I like to actually be able to actually communicate to the people that are working with me because it's important to me. All right, why should you choose? And why should you start? Because limited spots are available, of course, because when it is this intimate, I can't accept everybody, of course. New membership bonuses expire, and reselling is shifting, and that is definitely true. Now, if you want to join the academy, definitely shoot a text. Text academy to 445-500-9600. If you have any questions, the link is below to join any type of community that you would like to join. All right, guys, so that is going to be the end of this for right now. But I appreciate everybody that tapped in with me. I really do. I appreciate everybody that tapped in with me. I appreciate everybody that is appreciating themselves enough to actually invest in themselves, even if it ain't with me, right? If you got some products somewhere else, if you did some research this week, I appreciate you for appreciating yourself and actually looking to grow. If you're somebody out there that's looking and trying to do things to better yourself, I'm 100% on board with helping you in any way possible. I'm proud of you. I want you to remain focused and keep growing and keep defying the odds, and also keep understanding that everybody won't support you. Everybody won't cheer for you, and everybody won't successfully get you. They won't get you. All right? They won't get you. Some people are going to never understand why you do what you do. But you got to be able to stay focused and not allow money to control you, people to influence you, and also don't let you lie to yourself and get you out your own place, to trick you out your spot. Don't become one of them people that need instant gratification, because it never will end well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great weekend.